Well, guys, it seems like Cardi B finally got her lick back when it comes to Ra Ali. So in 2018, they was attending the Harper Bazaar, hopefully I pronounced that right, after party during New York Fashion Week, and Cardi and Ra Ali were standing on the opposite sides of some beef around Nicki Minaj. Cardi ended up barefoot with a bump on her head. Ra Ali had allegedly hit her in the head multiple times. So this situation went viral, and now it's something that people can never forget. So Ra Ali was on her podcast, and you guys know she has a blog called It's On Site, and she recently said that she was at an airport and she ran into Cardi B. Now, Cardi B and Ra Ali have two different sides to the story, of course. So Cardi B's side of the story is she spotted Ra Ali at the airport lounge after realizing who she was, recalling that Ra was staring her down. To settle this long-standing beef, she basically threw a JBL speaker at Ra's head, basically getting her lick back from that whole situation in 2018. So Cardi B also took to her Twitter spaces and said if we thought that she was gonna let that ish fly, then we are out of our effing mind. So Ra Ali's side of the story, of course, she was on her podcast On Site, and she said she was in a wheelchair because she didn't feel well. And Cardi B allegedly approached her. She started yelling and cursing her out, saying she threw shoes, bags, and other items, but none of them actually hit Ra Ali. So she says she maintains and she didn't provoke anything, and that Cardi was the aggressor this time.
2 Showtime. You got me f***ed up. You got me, like, immediately she starts yelling and cursing and screaming. Oh, what's up? What's up? What? Yeah. You thought I was gonna get my lick back? What you thought? You on the internet talk about how you. Now, one thing I never have done, never ever done. There's not any footage of me ever really, by nature, a fighter. My heart doesn't pump Kool-Aid, and I will go down into my last second of breathing, and I'm gonna bang. I'm not gonna. It is what it is, like, you know. So
I really like you.
But I just was like, girl, grow up. She's like, grow up. You think that I was just like, you look so stupid. You sound stupid. You look stupid. You gotta chill. She takes her shoes off. She starts throwing her shoes.
Really?
She
Why
starts
was this on the
throwing
internet?
her bags. I don't know. She starts throwing her bags. She's yelling to the top of her lungs. Now, of course, now the airport people are coming over. And I'm like, this is just so goofy. And, you know, ultimately the end result was nothing. Just a bunch of just making us look stupid.
So Ra Ali did make some tweets after Cardi B's Twitter spaces, and she said, I will always be ready to protect myself at all costs. However, at this stage in my life, I'm not interested in making poor choices. Anything and everything I execute is thoroughly calculated. With that being said, had anyone in this whole world hit me in my head with a speaker, you in fact would have been viewing footage of me in handcuffs. I promise to God that did not happen. She also says, if it makes her feel better, I encourage you all to support that version. Mentally, I can handle it. I don't mind. I will not be on this app acting a fool. All updates are on It's On Site Instagram page. Have a successful and peaceful day. And of course, she's plugging in her blog because that's her blog, and she's gonna get money from people viewing her blog to keep up with the updates. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys listen to Cardi B's version of events. Now you got Ra's side, you got Cardi B's side, and then you have the truth. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys listen to what Cardi B had to say.
I swear to God. Anyway. All right. So I don't know. Everybody keeps saying that didn't hurt me. So I'm gonna make it clear one more time because y'all want to run around with this narrative like, oh, Cardi lied in 2018. I never lied. And I'm gonna tell you what was always been the lie. First of all, for plenty years, just like there was a lie that I sent men to attack women, that was one lie that was made against me before. Another lie was that I approached somebody in an aggressive way. When I approach somebody to talk to them, just like I talked to them previously before, 3 different times, 3 different occasions, right? And I was never aggressive. Their security pinned me down and I got hit. For people to be like, oh, so this person was telling the truth. No, because I never got hit in my head 15, 20 times. I got hit one time and I got pinned down from the beginning to the end. from security that was not my security or it was the event security. Second of all, the fact that I'm still talking about this in 2018, something that happened in 2018, is kind of ridiculous. I don't. This shit have even left my mind. It have left my body. It have left my soul. So many stuff have happened in my life. I don't care about that shit. Also, the airport event happened a month ago. It happened a month ago. Y'all wouldn't have known about it if somebody else was so internet. And this is why I'm glad that I took the actions that I took that day, because if you notice, right, I was being filmed before I saw the person. So you saw me before I even saw you, and you decided to get on a wheelchair and act sick. So for 5 years, 6 years, two women, including you, have been trolling me, talking about Muhammad Ali, like you this big bad wolf. And then when I finally see you in person and you don't have security and you don't have somebody putting the gas behind you, you act like you in a wheelchair and you're sick and shit like that. I would understand you was throwing up upon yourself, but you wasn't. You thought I was gonna feel bad for you because I saw you in a wheelchair. Girl, please be for real. Second, third, you want to act like I'm lying about what happened in the airport. But I'm being so for real. I put that in Jesus Christ's name. No crosses count. One of my kids could die if I'm lying. I'll put my kids on it if I'm lying. What I say out my mouth is for real. And you know it. You gotta know that I got my lick back. Second of all, fifth of all, whatever the fuck. I don't even know what number I am. Y'all stop telling me, oh, you too old to get your lick back. You too old to this and that. When this woman was taunting me for 5 plus 6 years, she was in her late 30s. She was in her blog taunting me, taunting my friend. You were still taunting my friend, Star Brim, knowing that both her parents passed away in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. And you kept taunting her. You know what you did one time? You was on Station Head on a show, and a fan called in and she was doing a freestyle and she said something disrespectful about my child. You took it upon yourself to take that clip and bait me and put it on your your blog. So you thought it was funny for somebody to say something about my child because you could have kept it on Station Head, but not. You decided to take it to the blog. Y'all taunted me for 5 years. For 5 years, it was Muhammad Ali. For 5 years, it was the not jokes. For 5 years, it was taunting my best friend for no reason. Even when my friend wasn't even bothering you, you kept going and going and going and going. Then when I finally see you in person, is we have to grow up. We have to act a certain way because what? And for what? It wouldn't have even mattered because you're so internet. You need an attention for the internet that you would have came up here and you would have still be like, hey, I got evidence that I saw Cardi in the airport, but she didn't say nothing. If anything, she just looked at me and she just walked away. You wouldn't have said like, oh, I saw Cardi at the airport and she was being a bigger person. You know this happened years ago. No, you would have called me a pussy. Just like you like to call other bitches pussy. So instead, you come here and you say the best version of how it happened. You forgot to say, because you did say like, it's like, yeah, she was talking about, yeah, you thought I wasn't going to get my lick back, but you didn't say why I said that I got my lick back. Because you know about that JBL speaker that you conveniently left out. And you know what? Even if you come online and say that I lie about it, deep down in my heart, I'm content that somebody that I all that picking and bullying that you was doing to me, I got my leg back for it. You could lie all about it. At the end of the day, this is not like who could believe, who could that, whatever the fuck. I'm pretty sure that the airport, when they hear all of this commotion and all the blogs, they're gonna most likely look for the camera footage. They gotta be camera footage to the airport. They gonna put it out. I don't care. Second, also you be talking like you this a mob wifester stuff. So it's like, oh, I do things conveniently. If you go report this to the police, you love calling people a rat. So then that's what will make you a rat, right? So if you're trying to do the whole, oh, she's incriminating herself, you're right, per usual. But guess what? Y'all always play those police games. Y'all always play those police games. That's why I had got that case in the first place, because y'all went online and y'all said that I got men to beat up women. And that's when the DA from Queens got involved in a case. Y'all always play those police games. They always want to talk all this gangster shit. But whatever, that's enough. At the end of the day, this shit is so old and so above me now. It's so above me. And it's crazy because nobody but me and you would have known about this if you wouldn't come online. But again, you always been internet. You always been internet. Like this is what you do. This is what you gotta do. For fans to be like that I'm talking about this because I need traction for my album, y'all wouldn't have even known about this. This happened literally 1 month ago. And to be honest with you, my new ops are more interesting. I'm not interested in beefing with y'all anymore. Like it's boring. I don't know what y'all be even up to nowadays. I didn't even know what you've been up to all these past 3 years. Because to be honest with you, you haven't been bothering me for the past 3 years. If you don't bother me, I don't bother you, and I forget about you. Um, Other than that, if nobody sub me or fake Twitter shit about me, I don't do that to them. I feel like everybody have their own problems. Everybody got their new issues. Everybody got new ops. I'm not interested in beefing with nobody or anything for any type of promotion. I never needed that. Never needed that. That's one thing that nobody can ever say, no matter whether you like me or not. I don't need to be for nobody. I don't need to bring up old shit to sell anything. I get talked about for anything. And mind you, my album is about to come out. A lot of interviews is about to come out. A lot of songs is about to come out. A lot of shit is about to come out. I'm always being talked about. Whether I'm fucking somebody, whether I'm divorcing somebody, whether I look a certain way. If I go outside right now and I put on an outfit, I'm gonna be talked about. If I do anything, I'm gonna be talked about. I'm a real relevant bitch. Y'all can't take that shit away from me. I just went top 10. I just went top 10 with no cover, a song that I barely gave fucking promotion to because I never really liked the song, so whatever. And I still went top 10. The song was viral everywhere on every fucking app. I don't need to be beefing with nobody. I don't need to be talking shit about nobody to move my units. I don't need to be talking about this to move my units. I didn't bring this up. She did. I don't even know why she brought it up. What you bring it up for? So you could be talked about for a whole 24 hours. Congratulations. I hope I hope you make these 24 hours stretch and long. And I don't know, enjoy your, I don't know, you probably gained 3,000 followers today. Congratulations on your brand new followers. Um, I hope you could get ventures, new money opportunity on your blog because of this. I don't know what was the point. I don't know, maybe people haven't talked about you in a long time, so you probably needed this to be talked about again. But if you want to be talked about for 24 hours, good for you. Because listen, I promise you by Monday, nobody's gonna talk about this anymore. This doesn't do nothing for me. Probably this really doesn't do nothing for me. Probably gonna do something for you. I don't know. It probably gonna give you a Burger King meal. I don't know. You're probably gonna get people to send you to promote. I don't know their whatever they got going on. You know how bloggers get paid. Um. So before anybody asks me why am I talking about this, because you brought it up. You do the internet shit. I don't do the internet shit. I saw you and I took actions and I never spoke about it. I didn't even sub you about it. Cause that same day I could have went on Twitter and I would have laughed like ha. Or I could have said some shit like got my leg back. But I didn't even sub you about it because it was like, whatever. It's just ridiculous. But the fact that you thought that I was gonna be on some, we need to grow up. We're in our 30s. When you was in your 30s, Wait, 3 years ago, you was like what, 35, 36, 37. You was in your 30s and you kept trolling me and kept trolling me and kept trolling me on your page. And you even troll my friend. You kept trolling my friend. You kept trolling me. You know my friend was on house arrest. You know my best friend was on house arrest. You know my best friend lost both her parents and you kept trolling her. You kept trolling me. Y'all could be like Muhammad Ali, like somebody is scared of nothing. And you thought, what you thought that when I saw you wasn't gonna be sweet? Then you want to act, you want to come out here and act like I'm lying about the situation. I'm not lying about the situation. You know what happened at the airport. Like it is what it is. Um. Anyways, but since you want to be on some grown woman shit that we grown, I really, I swear to God, I didn't even know what you had. I didn't even know what you had